What's up, YouTube world? This is Jay, and today I am doing the Raw After Mania review. For those of you that know, the Raw After WrestleMania is one of the craziest nights of the year, and this year did not fail to disappoint. So, with that being said, let's just get into it. I hope everybody's going to enjoy their day today. And I got my notes on my phone here, so let's just go over this stuff, shall we? To kick off, Seth Rollins came out, the new Universal Champion. He was cutting a promo saying how happy he was, yada yada, that Brock Lesnar isn't champion anymore, and he's so happy that he's gone. And then all of a sudden, all you hear is Big E, Brooklyn, don't you dare be sour. Clap for your world famous 5-time champs and new WWE champion, and feel the power. And then the New Day comes out with the new WWE champion, Kofi Kingston, and Kofi challenges Seth Rollins to not a unifying title match, a winner takes all title match, just like the women had the previous night at WrestleMania. Oh, that's exciting. I was pumped for that announcement. So I was really excited about that. Really good kickoff to the show. That's how you get the Raw After Mania started. Then next up, we had Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins in a rematch against the Revival for the tag team championships that the Revival lost at WrestleMania. And to kind of my surprise, Kurt Hawkins gets another pinfall victory. So now his total is 269 and 2. He's got 2 wins under his belt now. Could this be the start of a winning streak? Gonna have to stay tuned to pay attention. But I dig it. I feel bad for the Revival. I wish they would do more with these guys. They're a really good tag team. But I can't complain about Kurt Hawkins getting 2 wins. Next up, we had Baron Corbin, and he cut a promo saying, Kurt Angle sucks, and, everybody thought Baron didn't deserve it. I'm sorry, I keep messing up stuff with my phone. Like, I'll accidentally paste something and I don't even know where it came from. Anyways, so Baron Corbin comes out, talking trash, and then Kurt Angle comes out and he's like, Baron, yada, yada, yada. And he ended up hitting him with an Olympic slam and putting him in an ankle lock, and that was a feel-good moment. And then all of a sudden, Lars Sullivan debuts. Lars Sullivan, they've been doing vignettes for this guy since like last December, January, and he kind of just disappeared. And he came back now, and he attacks Kurt Angle. What are you doing? Kurt Angle's an Olympic gold medalist. He just retired. Have some respect. But Lars is a monster bad guy. He has 0 respect, and that's that. So I don't know what that'll do. I don't see it setting up a feud between him and Angle, but it was a nice way to get him out on the main roster. Nice way to have him debut, get people talking about him again. Alexa Bliss was in competition tonight, or last night, because it's Tuesday morning now, and that's funny because when I was doing my WrestleMania review, I said I hope she competes again soon. I hate to see people's wrestling careers cut short due to injuries. So, she was in a match. I was like, oh shit, I just said that. Like 20 minutes before this happened, So yeah, she was in a match against Bayley. It was a quick little match, nothing too special. Alexa Bliss ends up getting the win. And after that, Becky Lynch comes out she cuts a promo, and you know, she's just saying like, you know, I'm double champion and yada yada yudi, you know, and she's the man, and you know, and it was a good promo. You know, just kind of basically celebrating her victory. And she said, you know, when Ronda Rousey wants to come back, she'll beat her again too, you know, and all of a sudden you hear Lacey Evans' music hit. And Lacey Evans has been doing this thing where she's been walking down to the ring, looking, waving, and then walking back because she doesn't want to be around the nasties. The nasties, as she says. So Becky Lynch gets out of the ring, starts looking at her. Lacey Evans is looking at both the titles, you know. She goes to turn around, then she turns back around, bang! Hits Becky with the woman's right. It's just a hard right fist to the face. And a brawl ensued, and you know, Lacey Evans was able to hold her own against Becky Lynch, you know what I mean? And the commentators were building up how surprised they were about Lacey Evans taking it to Becky Lynch. She didn't just do that one punch and then get rolled over, you know? So hopefully that's the start of something new. You know, maybe a Lacey Evans, Becky Lynch match. Or, you know, at the very least, hopefully Lacey Evans will start competing, because I liked her in NXT. I saw her live. She was pretty good. Still a little new, but, you know, I mean, there's definitely worse. And also, they've been saying over the show that next week is the Superstar Shake-Up. So Raw people will end up going to SmackDown. SmackDown people will end up going to Raw. Next week's going to be crazy too. Next up, we have Ricochet and Aleister Black against Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. This is a good match. Ricochet and Aleister always put on good stuff. I love Ricochet. I love his high-flying maneuvers. He's just crazy, and he makes it look so easy when you know it's not. Aleister Black, I love him too. He's just a badass. He's just there to punch and kick people in the face and go home, you know. And Bobby Roode I'm a fan of, and Chad Gable I'm a fan of. I wish they would do more with Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. Especially Chad Gable. Chad Gable is one hell of a talent. And they could definitely do so much more with him. But Ricochet and Aleister end up getting the win, and Bobby Roode attacks Ricochet after the match real quick, just out of frustration for their current state as a tag team. Of course, I'm talking about him and Chad Gable. They haven't been on top of the mountain lately, and the frustration is clearly starting to show. Next up, we have Dean Ambrose, and they actually announced this as Dean Ambrose's last match. They actually said it's his last match for WWE. You know, there's been rumors going on for a long time where he's not going to re-sign, or is he going to re-sign? Is it a work? Is it real? Is it yada, yada, yada? Well, folks, seems like it's real. They announced it's his last match. He was facing Bobby Lashley, and the match never starts. They just start brawling before the match, and Lashley ends up putting Dean Ambrose through the announce table, and as he's laying there, Renee Young, his wife, one of the commentators, runs over and, you know, is checking on him, and you just hear "Thank you, Ambrose" chants ring out through the Barclays Center. So the fans are sad to see Ambrose go. So am I. But whatever he decides to do, I hope he enjoys it. And, you know, even if he doesn't wrestle anymore, man, maybe he just wants to get out of the business before his body's too beat up, you know, which I can't complain about that. And then, all of a sudden, Sami Zayn comes back. And Sami Zayn comes back, cuts a promo saying how good it is to be back, and he would really like to have a match. So who comes out? Finn Balor comes out and challenges Sami Zayn and puts his newly won Intercontinental title on the line. It was a good match. Finn Balor ends up winning with the coup de grace. And after the match, Zayn cuts a promo, basically saying fans are just critics. That's the only enjoyment they get in life, because their lives are so miserable. And he'll see all of them in hell, which I really liked that line. Next up, Eliza came out, and he did a small rap mocking the Doctor of Thugonomics, John Cena, from the night before. And he ended one of the lines where, if you interrupt me, you'll be a dead man. And all of a sudden, the lights go out. Dong! The arena gets cold. The eerie, familiar music hits. The crowd goes wild. And The Undertaker walks out to the ring. Now, The Undertaker wasn't at WrestleMania. It was kind of weird to see a WrestleMania without The Undertaker. So, of course, he had to be here. Elias goes to walk out of the ring. You can see him kind of fighting with himself a little bit. He ends up going back into the ring. The Undertaker looks at him like, really, motherfucker? Takes a step towards him. Elias is like, oh shit, he took a step towards me. I can't back down now. So he takes a step towards him. And then Undertaker's like, oh really, motherfucker? Takes a step towards him. Elias is like, I don't know if I didn't take another step towards him. I don't know what I'm going to do. This is scary. He's the Undertaker. He could beat my ass. And he goes to turn around and walk away. And then he tries to surprise attack the Undertaker and just runs right into a big boot, which is followed by a choke slam, which is followed by a tombstone, and the crowd chants 1, 2, 3, even though it wasn't a real match. And I got a kick out of that. So next up we have the Kofi Kingston and Seth Rollins winner take all title match. This was a good match until Cesaro and Sheamus came out and ruined it. Boo! Cesaro and Sheamus, boo! And this match ended up turning into a tag team match. Seth Rollins and Kofi Kingston versus The Bar. And that was a good tag team match. And it ends up where Kofi Kingston hits the Trouble in Paradise. Seth Rollins hits the curb stomp. Cesaro almost flipped over completely. Like, he almost hit the top of his head off of the mat. He tried to take it so well. And that made me chuckle a little bit. And, 1, 2, 3, Seth Rollins and Kofi Kingston are your winners. And that was the end of Raw, folks. A very good Raw after WrestleMania. I'm looking forward to the SmackDown after WrestleMania tonight. So yeah, after WrestleMania season's always good. Just kind of starts going towards next year. So we got 52 weeks to see what happens until the next WrestleMania. So I'm excited. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope I went over everything well enough. I'm going to start taking actual notes and not just putting them on my phone. Because, I'm not going to type out every fine little detail. Because I could barely type. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. And, be sure to catch SmackDown tonight. I know I will. Leave some comments about what you liked, what you didn't like about WrestleMania or Raw. If you even watch wrestling, if you're a wrestling fan and see this video, I'd appreciate it. And until next time, folks, have a good day and peace.